Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakradash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And it says, summer preview, rolling blackouts, higher gas prices, natural gas rationings in Europe, and a historic diesel crisis. And this is from Zero Hedge. And man, you know, all pretty much the videos I've been doing the last couple of weeks, going into rolling blackouts, going into diesel shortages, all right, and you know, just things, inflation, all right. I found an article, and this is pretty much everything rolled into one. This is talking about summer preview, so they're talking about all this happening potentially this summer. You know, now we're just really getting into summertime, you know, but through the spirit, it may ramp up, you know, in the month of July when it's the hottest. All right, now, first of all, dealing with these rolling blackouts just last week, actually not even last week, a couple days ago. All right, I was off work, but on Thursday, downtown Greenville, you know, where me and the brothers teach, all right, all the power was out, you know, and that was spiritual. Now, they never really came out and said why it happened. Some people say, oh, something hit an object or whatever, but, you know, they may say that. You know, they may just be testing it out, you know, and they were saying that the lights would be back on by 2. They couldn't get it up back on at 2. Then they said 4, and then they said 7. You know, and we ended up closing down that day. All right, but these rolling blackouts have been something that's been they're warning people of, all right, going into the summer. All right, basically they're saying energy prices and whatnot are going to go up, you know, and the overall usage of energy is skyrocketing. People, since it's, you know, hot as hell, people are using more energy, so to speak, and that could cause grid failure, you know, or you could have something. They were talking about also these solar flares, and also the threat of an EMP attack from Russia or China. All right, so either way, you know, whether it be from an outside force or whether it be something that happens internally as far as America, nonetheless, the vibration is being pushed of the lights going out, which we've done videos on, man. Hey, you know, brothers have done videos and watched movies on, you know, like the American blackout. All right, that's been the spirit the Lord has put us in. All right, because this could be possibly something that the Lord is about to bring, you know, and you know, there's been blackouts before, but the Lord, as we always know, the Lord has warned that this time that we're going into is going to be a time like no other. All right, we're entering, make no mistake about it, we're entering into Jacob's trouble, man. All right, and if it's going to be a time like none other, all right, no other time that was on the earth, all right, just think about how bad it's going to be. We don't, you know, we can only say so much as to how bad it's going to be. All right, the scriptures outline it, but even then, it's going to be a whole different story when we're living through it. All right, but this is, you know, we've been sent to warn our people, of course, and when information like this comes out, we always filter it through the scriptures, you know, and we enjoy doing it. All right, but nonetheless, once again, zeroheads.com, summer preview, rolling blackouts, higher gas prices, natural gas rationings in Europe, and a historic diesel crisis. Getting into it, it says almost everyone has heard about the rapidly growing global energy crisis by now, but most people assume that the crisis will eventually go away because they think the authorities have everything under control. Unfortunately, this is not true at all, and they don't have any control at all. Okay, like it says in Proverbs 21, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So whatever the Lord wants to happen is what's going to happen. All right, these powers that be don't have really any authority to do anything on their free will. There's no free will, man. Man's goings of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Thought I'd just make that point. It says, unfortunately, that's not true at all. This crisis has taken our leaders by surprise, and now many of them have shifted into panic mode because they realize that there will be no easy fixes. Decades of neglect and foolish decisions have brought us to the precipice. You know, I'm not sure what that word means. It says of a nightmare, and many of us are going to be absolutely astonished by some of the things that happen in the months ahead. You know, the Lord warns once again, because these people can say whatever, right? What did the scriptures say? And we see the signs that are going on the earth that's showing that the Lord is visiting this place, by way of his judgment. These judgments are going to ramp up. It says here in the United States, we have neglected to properly invest in our power grids for a very long time. And now they are at a breaking point. We are being warned that there could be widespread rolling blackouts this summer. And the situation is particularly dire in Midwest states such as Michigan. The Lansing Board of Water and Light, or BWL, warned in a press release on Tuesday that the company is preparing for potential rolling blackouts this summer. And if they're telling you, if the government is coming out and telling you, different boards and whatnot, hey, they might just cut the fucking lights off, man. Once again, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. If the Lord says cut the lights out, they're going to cut the lights out, man. They don't even need a reason. You feel me? Ah, shit. It's a lot. They don't even need a reason. It says, the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, or MISO, is Michigan's power grid regulator. MISO will have to load shed if they see expected energy shortages during peak usage times due to hot weather. So this is talking about, if the usage is so high, in order to not cause any issues, they're going to cut the power manually. It says load shedding is purposely shutting down electric power in some areas of a power distribution system to prevent the entire system from failing when it is strained by high demand. Meanwhile, the price of gasoline is likely to continue to go up. Hey, more woes, more calamities, more hell upon you people. Evil times, bad times. And it's all prophetic. That's why I wanted to go into this article. So you have to deal with rolling blackouts. You have to deal with higher gas prices. They're saying gas about to go up. Let's read it. It says, for quite some time, the amount of oil that is being produced around the world each day has been lower than the amount of oil that is being used around the world each day. And as a result, supplies have been getting tighter and tighter. Fast forwarding to today, and where are we? Intrinsic demand is thought to be around 103 million barrels a day now, owing to 1% per year global population growth plus increased wealth, and demand should keep growing at roughly the same pace. But supplies aren't nearly keeping up. We're currently producing around 100.6 barrels, reflecting the loss of about 1 million barrels from Russia, and the resulting spike in prices already constraining demand to around 101 million barrels, according to Madshire. It says when demand is greater than supply, either prices go up or eventually you have shortages, and then you might just get both. And sometimes both things happen. Bank of America is telling us that oil inventories have reached a dangerously low point, and until the changes prices are likely to continue to rise. So you people are already complaining about how high gas is now. It's about to go even higher. All right, plain and to the point. It says the result is a market that for the second straight year is undersupplied and drawing down inventories. As a result, on top of the drawdown in strategic reserves approved by political leaders to try and lower prices. Bank of America has already warned that the global oil inventories have fallen to a dangerously low point, with a certain gasoline and diesel supplies in particular at precarious levels as we are heading into peak U.S. driving season. I did a video on that, right? We ain't even hit peak driving season yet. Everybody going on vacation and shit. It says, as we head into peak U.S. driving season, U.S. oil inventories are already 14% below their 5-year average. Bank of America notes while distillates like diesel are 22% below. So, hey, So I wish that I could tell you that there is hope that things will turn around eventually. And it's not going to turn around. It's only going to get worse, man. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. It says, but at this point, the CEO of Exxon is actually warning us to expect up to 5 years of turbulent oil markets. And we ain't, man, Lord willing, we ain't got 5 years here. Consumers must be prepared to endure up to 5 years of turbulent oil markets, the head of ExxonMobil said Tuesday, citing underinvestment in the the Crown pandemic, the Crown Royale. It says energy markets have been roiled by the Ukrainian war as Russia has reduced some exports and faced sanctions while Europe has announced plans to wean itself off dependency of Russian fossil fuels in coming years. If you think that things are bad now, just wait until you see what happens after a major war erupts in the Middle East. Then things will really start getting crazy. Hey, World War III is going to be fought mainly in the Middle East, man. The Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Valley of Yehoshaphat. That's over there in the Middle East, man. So speaking of war, over in Europe, a looming natural gas shortage due to the war in Ukraine is likely to cause immense economic problems in the months ahead. Now that Russia has significantly reduced the flow of natural gas to Germany, it looks like the Germans will soon be forced to ration it. The Wall Street Journal was telling us that authorities expect a gas shortage by December. The German government moved closer to rationing natural gas on Thursday after Russia cut deliveries to the country last week in an escalation of the economic war triggered by Moscow's invasion of Russia. So this is speaking about rationings happening in Europe. And, a lot of this could go into play into the beast hating the whore. America, Babylon the Great. The beast is NATO and the EU. These European nations, they might end up hating America because really, America provoked Ukraine, or, pretty much you indirectly provoked, all right, the peace talks that Russia was trying to bring about. Because really America, who's really in control of NATO and the EU, they want to set up nukes in Ukraine. They want Ukraine to join NATO so they can place nukes right at the border of Russia. And Russia didn't want that. So they said, hey, we're gonna take Ukraine back. And you already have countries that are within NATO that are really going against what America is doing. Germany was pissed off at first because most of these countries rely on Russian gas and whatnot, Russian oil. And they were getting cut off from it. Turkey is another country that's condemning what America's doing. All right, we know Turkey eventually is going to side with Russia. It says Berlin triggered the second of its 3-step plan to deal with gas shortages after a Kremlin-controlled energy giant, Gazprom, the country's biggest gas exporter, throttled delivery via the Nord Stream pipeline by around 60% last week. Germany's gas reserves are at 58% capacity, and the government now expects a gas shortage by December if supplies don't pick up. Economy Minister Robert Habeck said, and that's beautiful because this is happening everywhere. We know they want to introduce a global system, not just America's going to go through this. Hey, the world. That's why the scriptures say, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for their destruction and for their destruction draweth nigh." Roughly paraphrasing, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. That's 2 Corinthians 15. All right, it says it would be difficult for me to overstate the seriousness of this problem. Energy prices have already gone completely nuts in Europe, and one German official is actually comparing this crisis to the collapse of Lehman Brothers, which happened back in 2008, I believe. It says with energy supplies piling up losses by being forced to cover volumes at high prices, there's a danger of spillover effect for local utilities and their customers, including consumer and businesses, Economy Minister Robert Habeck said Thursday after raising the country's gas risk level to the second highest alarm phase. If this minus gets so big that they can't carry it anymore, the whole market is in danger of collapsing at some point, Habeck said at news conference in Berlin. So a Lehman effect in the energy system, and it's, you can read it down. And I'm going to hit the point there. I just wanted to get some background information on what was being said. So you have gas rationings in Europe. You have potential rolling blackouts over here. And gas prices are going to continue to go up. And, a gas shortage, they talking about this historic diesel crisis, man. I did a video on that, man. I brought out some information because if these diesel trucks stop moving, man, all right, hey, it will cause a famine. It will cause a famine, man, and it's beautiful. This is all prophecy. But I'm going to get this, it's going to hit most of the points. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse Man. Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Right? Plagues of calamity, of disease, pestilence, and whatnot. The Lord is sending the sword upon this place. The Lord is hardening the hearts of these elites to bring forth this NWO, or try to. All right, so the Lord's will can be done, man. It is the Lord's will that these damn devils introduce the MOTB, the CHIP, man, to implement it and cause all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive it. This is the Lord's movie. That's the Lord's will that this happen. And we see the economic breakdown of all these different societies to introduce that new system. All right, that's one of the last major prophecies, man. And of course, World War III has to break out. But in the meantime, Jacob's trouble. We're at the cusp of Jacob's trouble, man. Once again, major food instabilities, blackouts, right? Like I said, the food instabilities, the famine. Famine is big, man. All right, this famine is going to cause a lot of these people to go nuts. People are going to turn on each other. They're going to turn on their neighbors. Like the scripture say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, as we reiterate, a time like never before, man. All hell is going to break loose soon. And they're saying this is a summer preview. This could happen this summer. In a lot of places, man. So, hey, get ready. Get your mind right. All right, we do these videos to Lord willing, reach the elect. Reach the Lord's sheep. Nobody else is going to hearken but the elect of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And that's okay, because these people are going to get caught up in that destruction. They're not going to have a cloak for their sin. Our people that don't take heed. And that's for these other people. Hey, they're just getting their warning. All right, this is the best. You better enjoy America now. All right, this is the best America's ever going to be ever again. All right, it's nothing but downhill from here. Right? Verse 15, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Right? And Ezra saw this, and through the Spirit he knew he was going to be back. Reincarnation is the thing. The prophets of old are back. And this was a man of the Lord. He said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, man. So if a man of the Lord is saying that, how much less for you damn people, man? You people are through. All right, you got these women out here showing their damn ass, literally, mad, rioting and shit, because you want your liberty. You got it. Enjoy it. But you also have to, deal with the latter end of it. When these women are out here getting ravished, then they're going to want to put clothes on. Then they're going to want to be under the rule of a man. But it's going to be too late for a lot of them. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. A lot of death, a lot of famine, lack of food, a lot of great death. Okay, there's many more of them which shall perish than of them that shall be saved, as a wave is greater than a drop. All right, there's about to be so many people that die very soon, man. If you don't have that mark of exemption, going back to Ezekiel 9. The Lord commanded, said, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. Nobody's exempt. Everybody about to get it. If you ain't got the hedge of protection from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, everybody's going to get it, man. And Lord willing, it pops off soon. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish. Is this not what's being, broadcast, what's being forewarned? Not only by the men of the Lord, but also by these different news articles and whatnot. They're warning of this. What are they warning of? Famine and plague. They're talking about the whole monkey do. The Curious George. They're talking about food instability by way of these diesel shortages. All right, tribulation. All right, because you have to deal with these diesel shortages and gas shortages and whatnot. And anguish. You people are out here through. The Lord is sending them in scourges for amendment, so our people can get right and repent. But what? Verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And the day, it says, verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So you thought shit was sweet. It's about to get even worse. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Many people are going to starve to fucking death, man. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So you will not escape the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Bashai, whether you got food or not. It says, verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out of dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And that's pretty much the point. These articles are becoming more and more frequent of warning of these rolling blackouts, diesel shortages, gas and food rationings. And you people ain't taking heed, but it's all good. All right, it's going to overtake you as a thief, man. It's going to come upon you unaware. But as for us, the hopeful elect, those that are gathering faith for a treasure, all right, we're continuing to watch as well as pray. And pray that we're accounted worthy to escape these things that are coming upon the earth, as the scriptures say. But Lord willing, is edifying. We got to bring this information out, man. All right, Lord willing, come back with another video. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shemel Bashai, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, till next time, Shalom.